This video is intended to describe a Lightblade cuff set named Strength. It's based off an exotic variety of the tried and true transmutation ratio, and there's a little personal story attached starting now. I first developed a platform very identical to this before I went into distribution that was designed to basically serve as a consistent contingency to be able to be worn during the production of very ambitiously high vibrational projects that oftentimes have a more of a purple ray scope and beyond, to have the strength to, of course, endure the constructed long-term magical broadcast in development, as well as to maintain grounded focus as a perfect antithesis to stay strong in the process of making very ambitiously high vibrational projects. So that's the origin story of how these came to be before these guys were designed to be put into distribution. So, of course, a lot of personal good field testing went into this exact platform. I reproduced it, but obviously expanded upon that older platform with more refined designs that's inherent in progressive R&D. So, describing one is describing the other one in perfect identicality. Oh, I'm getting creative. I'm making up words. Okay. Yeah. So the aspect of the simplicity of the light cuff set seen here is the foundation of that is a lovely clear quartz being a neutral resonant program carrier. And in this rendition actually is included golden healer quartz on both of these sides to be of tremendous high heart Christ source frequency alignment emanation, which is a little slight variation to the other one. Besides that, they actually are identical to other constructs of its nature that are operational, doing their thing. So then, of course, has black kyanite on both of them to be strictly a grounding agent to auto-calibrate the proper pathway of all excess energy grounding through the auric template into the earth for reprocessing, to be the primary focus to keep it grounded and strong and stable. As well as the selenite, like always mentioned, is a trifecta to harmonize, purify, and accelerate the entire algorithm seen here, as well as just to be a natural higher ambient, higher self boost point. Then, the aspect of the blade band is very simplistic, and like I mentioned, a slight exotic derivative of the tried and true transmutation platform, but it's technically what I'd refer to as the strength ratio based on this. Starting off with the hematite to be a strong grounder all excess energy through the root chakra into the earth through processing. Then going into smoky quartz to be another transmutation agent to, once again, purify and ground all excess energy through the root chakra into the earth stars, into the earth for reprocessing. And where it variates from the tried and true transmutation ratio would be the red jasper. Red jasper is the strongest stabilizer of the root chakra in the mineral kingdom, as considered a vibrational strengthening, stable, physical strength in imbuement. As well as the aspect of also having a strong root is a fortification of our gateway to being human, so to speak. So it's a very strengthening frequency. Then once again subcapacitated by smoky quartz. Then into pyrite. Pyrite is a more of a masculine polarity cousin to hematite, while hematite's mostly androgynous in its broadcast. Anyway, that's a digression. Pyrite also is very effective for directing current through the solar plexus to, of course, to fortify and strengthen one's will reserves when under trying circumstances, such as, like I mentioned, the development of very highly vibrational, ambitious platforms that are very demanding to bring into reality based on sustained, intensive resonance with such a high frequency broadcast. And to, of course, have the stabilized determination to see it through in that aspect. So it's quite simple when described in like a video setting format, because there's not too many moving parts, but yet it's very effective for what exactly it has done based on my personal R&D of wearing these basically identical cuffs while making many ambitiously high vibratory projects to have the strength to stay grounded and stay focused and ensure the process is completed. So it's very much a well-fortified endeavor based on the, practical R&D at work. So that'd be just the simplicity of the blade band. So they're designed, of course, to make a very strong grounding all excess energy, as well as strengthening and fortification one's will, particularly in, I guess you could say, trying circumstances in that capacity. And these actually will be, of course, worn in tandem with the talisman that the recipient also has coming. So the aspect also triangulates the frequency of the main talisman right here, worn on the chest, and then of course on the wrists, since they're basically part of the same Bluetooth Wi-Fi network, that'll make a trifecta closed-loop circuit to further intensify the central complex talisman to, of course, carry the current very effectively, almost kind of like an iPhone and iWatch, I guess you could say, for modern analogy's sake, to transfer the current very effectively from the intake of the left wrist and the output of the right wrist on the right-handed candidate these are going to. And so that, of course, be another way to further insulate and strengthen the field in that trifecta dynamic. And of course, they'll work in perfect resonance in tandem capacity and vibratory compound interest with the talisman en route. As well as on these guys, there is actually a Vegvisir. You can't see anymore because it's concealed by the power pack, but it looks like kind of like the Nordic snake eating its own tail kind of thing, with really cool magical glyphs and runes called the Vegvisir, which was discovered in a grimoire, which is a fancy word for book of magic, as a Nordic pantheon compass, kind of like a derivative of the Native American medicine wheel with 8 directions to serve as a compass point for any aspects of multidimensional traveling, was the idea of course, the Nordic shamans of that time period. So that's the Vegvisir. Underneath all that, kind of a cool, fun story. Then underneath this guy, once again concealed by this power pack, is the Triquetra, which is a quintessential symbol of the Celts, which of course look like 3 triangles together in one circle. So that's called the Triquetra. And yes, see, very simple. The video is nearly fully described. So the obvious summary of this set is to develop a very fortifying, strengthening, grounding, purifying field that will work lovely in perfect tandem with the talisman as a central piece to diffuse the current to both the left and right wrist in a trifecta. Well, that basically would be it. Surprisingly under 10 minutes. 1,000 blessings, and may everybody have a great day.